man once traveled with a businessman. This man would do all the work while traveling, such as serving his companion, offloading the luggage, and feeding the camels, until he would become exhausted. On the way back, the two of them stopped to have their meal. They made their camels kneel and dismounted. The man lay down outstretched on the ground, while his businessman companion laid out a sheet, offloaded the luggage, and then turned to him, said, "Why don't you gather the wood while I cut the meat?" He replied, "By Allah, I am very tired after riding the camel all this time." The businessman then stood and gathered the wood and said, "Can you make fire?" He replied, "The smoke stings me if I come near it." So the man lit the fire himself. The businessman then said, "Can you please help me in cutting the meat?" He replied, "I fear that I cut my hand." Hence the man cut the meat himself. The businessman then said, "Could you put the meat in the pan and cook the meal?" He replied, "It is very tiring for me to watch the meal before it's properly cooked." The businessman then began to cook himself. When he finally finished cooking and felt very tired, he lay down on the ground and said, "Could you please lay out the dinner mat and pour the meal out onto the plates?" He replied, "I am feeling really heavy and I don't have the energy to do that right now." The businessman then got up, prepared the meal, and laid it out on the mat. The businessman said, "Would you come over and eat?" He replied, "By Allah, I feel very embarrassed at constantly making excuses, so I shall relent this time." He then got up and ate the meal. You might meet people who are like him. Do not sadden by this. Rather be firm like a mountain. You see, in life you'd meet people, they will react in their own way, but never let their way interrupt the way you behave. Your nice behavior should never ever be interrupted or changed by anyone. So the moral of the story is, be a gentleman, be nice to everyone, whether they are nice to you or not, and you will see in life you will achieve so much that you cannot even imagine. That's for today. See you in the next story. Bye.